Okay, I'm bored, you're bored, let's get this over with. This is gonna be part one to what Deku was Tai Lung, one of the only villains in Kung Fu Panda, or at least the movies, to really do things all on their own. We're gonna begin the story at Deku's birth. He's all calm and not saying a word. And apparently that means since he doesn't say a word, or at least talk, or whine, that means he has to be spanked by the doctor. Which actually puts Deku on high alert. And he punches the doctor, sending him flying while also dropping Deku. He lands on his feet, because, of course, and he, he just gets into a stance, crouched down on all fours, darting his eyes looking around. He starts swiping and lunging at the fellow doctors up until when the nurse actually does something he did not expect. She just opened her arms to him. She's showing him all the vital spots that he could easily kill her. So he just slowly crawls to her, just being wary, but still, and allows her to pick him up, which she is able to actually give him to Inko. And when Deku sees Inko, he feels already safe as hell. Like, this is my mom. This is someone I trust. Everything like that. And with that, they go home. The doctors are just thinking, whoa, that kid is scary. The doctor who he knocked on his ass is thinking, I did not think a kid could hit that hard. Let's have a time skip to when he's 4, where they actually get his quirk, you know, assessed, or at least documented. In which they just say they just call it a mutation quirk, snow leopard. And within the good at camouflaging, but only really in colder climates. Because, duh, snow leopard. And they actually test out everything from his strength to his agility, which he is adept at all of them. Being able to easily break concrete. Well, heck, they accidentally set him on fire once, where he just walks right through it. Even having some on his paws and just putting it out by shaking, just with the flick of the wrist. Oh, that's a little cringy. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's a little cringy. Either way, Iko is amazed at her son, and he is just. Give me a second. Okay, now where was I? Oh yeah, I think I had them jotting down his quirk, I believe. Either way, they see that he is extremely powerful, and Ingo's told that if he's raised right, he will be one of the most powerful heroes, maybe even stronger than All Might. Which she just thinks, like, really? But being a hero is very dangerous. And she looks at Deku while he's just looking so proud of himself. And she forces a smile, and they just go about their day. They have to go by the bank, but just as he's about to leave, a robbery show just just so happens to go down. They're stuck there. Inko's getting really worried, and Deku senses this. He asks her if she wants him to do anything, but she says no. Just let's just do what they say, and everything will be fine. Let's just say one of them was very nervous and fidgety, and actually fires his gun and hits Inko. Now she's just grazed, but Deku sees blood and he goes ballistic. He just looks at the guy and he lunges at him, actually tossing him through a wall. And he just attacks the rest of them. Let's say there was 5 guys. He just took out one. He's going for the others. He's cutting their tendons with just a swipe of his claws. Not enough to really make them bleed out, but enough so they ain't walking anytime soon. And then he gets to the last one. This guy is the tallest. He's the biggest. Let's say he has hardening quirk, and Deku is pissed. He he runs at the guy. He's shooting. Well, this dude he's shooting his guns. He can't try to catch Deku, but he's missing. He actually, but then Deku turns around too sudden, and his arm gets grazed. He winces in pain, but he is too angry, and he launches a flurry of punches, just breaking through this guy's quirk. And once he's defeated, he gets off a roar of victory. And Inko sees this, and she's like, maybe being a hero is what's best for him. And when it's all over, she tells him, does he want to be a hero? Which he says, all he wants is for you to be proud of him. I want you to be proud of me, Mom. That's all that matters to me. And she just cries happy tears as they arrive home. And she says, you have a powerful quirk, but I'm worried about you, and I will always worry about you. But yes, I think you should be a hero. You saved everyone. Not just my hero, but you were theirs too. And Deku is so happy to hear that from Inko. And he says, yeah, okay then, I'll be the greatest hero, better than All Might. And you can just see the pride in her eyes. She's just so happy to hear him being so ambitious. And she decides to sign him up for martial arts classes, which uh, is Kung Fu, which he does pick up very well. Being number one in the class, even the teacher says that Deku will be able to beat him soon enough. And we're going to have a time skip to when Deku is 14. It's the end of middle school, start of the anime and everything. And the teacher comes in doing a whole thing about, oh, I know you all won't be heroes, no one less at Deku, because they know he's very powerful. Like the dojo he ended up joining actually does have tournaments in which he does win every single one. And since he does have, it's a mainly mutation type quirk, they can't really exclude him just because his quirk is always active. And people have noticed how strong he is. They've seen it. The tournaments are held on national TV, sometimes global, depending on how big it is. And Deku, he's just sitting back, you know, by the window, like a lot of anime protagonists for some reason, because they have a damn crush on the window. And Bakugo, he doesn't, he's not as arrogant as he would be in canon, because he's seen what Deku can do. Hell, when he tried to bully someone, Deku put a stop to that quick. So yeah, he wouldn't really do his speech. He would just stay there quietly. No, and Deku, he just ends up going to the shortcut by the bridge and everything. He senses a sludge villain and is able to dodge each and every one of his attacks. Then he knows he can't really fight the sludge villain because it's sludge. He can't really hurt it if it doesn't have a physical body. And then All Might shows up. He has a and he uses air pressure to really defeat the villain. Deku was able to get out of the way in time, but he was impressed with All Might's raw strength. And he's mad at himself because he couldn't beat the villain. And let's say All Might is interested in what Deku's quirk is and asks him, which Deku just says, it's just a mutation quirk. I'm Snow Leopard. So, yeah, I'm strong, fast, and very agile, making me very good at when using martial arts. Let's say he does keep notebooks of heroes and villains, but it's mainly so he can either pick up some more fighting styles to be have more variety, or mainly to focus on their weaknesses and possibly make up counters for when if he ever has to fight them. I'm always impressed to see that Deku was able to, you know, keep the sludge villain busy for so long, and considers him for one for all. Which, eh, tell me, do you want him to have one for all for this one? Just tell me in the comments, and whoever gets like yes or no, do you want him to have one for all? And whichever has the most likes or whatever, I'll pick. Cause he right now he's already stronger than All Might. Cause remember, Tai Lung he fought off an army of rhinos by himself, and he is a very good tactician, always thinking on the fly if he needs to. Now what else? Anyway, Deku goes home. He tells his mom about his day. She is worried that he could have gotten really hurt, but knows that he's been training. He knows what he's doing. He'll be fine. In which they actually proceed to go about the 10 months. Deku does train, not finding Dagobah Beach until the last 2 months, in which he does end up clearing all the trash, but using his strength and speed, being able to clean at least a quarter of it. I gotta give him some limitations, man. I know I want him to be OP as hell, but soon, believe me, soon enough he will be. And then it's time for the UA entrance exam, in which he is very smart, but he's more battle smart than anything else. With that, he does actually get third or fourth place, if nothing else, third or fourth. And as for the practical exam, Ida he tries to stop interrupt President Mike. Deku doesn't really mumble here because he is confident in his strength, but he does have some insecurities about how weak he could be. And before Ida could really stand up to call out President Mike, Deku stops him and says, "Just wait a moment." Wait, what? And then President Mike starts talking about the zero pointer, in which Ida thanks Deku for stopping him from making a fool of himself. Here's Deku's like, yeah, it's fine. Okay. Either way, the prodigal exam is about to start. Deku actually sees that someone is actually very nervous. At least two people. And he walks up to them, but is stopped by Ia, because of course. And Ia says, "You shouldn't really bother them. If it might ruin their chances, but Deku just being more confident in this just tells him, look, I get what you're saying, but look at them. They're nervous as hell. I at least wait. Actually, why don't you come with me? You are part of the Ingenium family, aren't you? Like, you know me? Like, yeah, it's kind of hard to miss with your calves. Like, oh, right. Good point. And plus the blue hair, the glasses, and you pretty much look like a younger version of Ingenium. Okay, you made your point. Anyway, I guess so, yeah. And they headed into the front to actually try to calm down Ochako and Mina, in which they really do appreciate Ochako saying Deku. Like, Deku looks more like a younger version of the picture on the left. He doesn't really bother with a shirt because, heck, he's more comfortable that way. But Ego made sure that he would always wear something, at least underwear or pants. Because, yeah, you can't. She doesn't really want her kid to be a nudist or a streaker, or a flasher. So she ain't with that. anyway, anyway, Mina and Ochako just thank Deku as well as Ida and are actually very much motivated. And when they actually leave, Mina and Ochako actually start talking about how good Deku looks. Which Ochako, she accidentally touches her face and starts floating away. And then President Mike says, go. And that is where I'm going to end this one off. So yeah, I I'm surprised no one's thought of this. I've looked it up and no one's tried this before. It's very surprising. There's what Deku was trained by Uguay. There's huh. I think it was one where he was trained by Poe. I think someone did that, but no one ever really thinks about Tai Lung. Seriously, Tai Lung is a powerhouse. If it wasn't for Poe showing up, who knows what would have happened? Well, he would have killed Shifu and pretty much everyone else. He would have done that. But seriously, Tai Lung is an absolute powerhouse. Anyway, I think that yeah, I'll just end it off there. What would happen? What will his score be? You'll have to find out on the next part. I am out. The peace and the love, children. Yeah, I am gone.